Hello everyone, it's SpawnPoiint and here are all of the best new games releasing in September that you need to know about. And this month is absolutely stacked. Whether you're looking for a horror game, racing game, or a chill couch co-op game to play as the nights draw in, I've got you covered. Okay, so first up, Hollow Knight Silksong is actually real and it is finally dropping this month. I know, we've all been burned before thinking it was right around the corner, but this time it's really happening. Now, we're not playing as the Knight anymore though, you are now the Hornet. She's more agile, has that needle and thread weapon, and the whole combat system feels faster and more intense. Team Cherry are also saying there are now over 150 enemies, which sounds amazing until you realise that means that's 150 new ways to get killed. But that's cool because that's what the entire series is all about. You try, get killed, figure it out, and try again. Now, I got to play this last month at Gamescom, and guys, if you're a Hollow Knight fan, you are going to love it. The world looks bigger and absolutely stunning. So, Hollow Knight Silksong drops on September 4th on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. And you're never going to believe it, it's only going to cost $20 or £20. Next up, Borderlands 4 is finally here, and honestly, it looks like Gearbox are trying to recapture that magic and vibe from the earlier games, while still going bigger than ever. We're talking new planets, new vault hunters, and of course a million new guns. Because what's Borderlands without a ridiculous amount of loot that you're just gonna drop and swap out every couple of minutes? Now, the story this time does lean harder into the whole galaxy-wide chaos with the same humour as before, and if you've played any of the earlier games, you know exactly what you're in for. We've got over-the-top co-op, ridiculous boss fights, and more guns than you know what to do with. Now, although you can of course still play this co-op online with your mates, which is probably the best way to play it, there will also be a local 2-player split screen mode, so you get to play this couch co-op at home with your mates. Anyway, Borderlands 4 drops on September 12th on PS5, Xbox Series, PC, and the Switch too. Now here's one that kind of came out of nowhere, and that's Cronos: The New Dawn. This is a brand new IP from Blooper Team that's doing the whole sci-fi survival meets RPG with some really interesting twists. So you're basically stranded on this alien world where pretty much everything wants to kill you. But what sets this apart is how much freedom you've got in how you survive. You can build, explore, or just stand and fight. It's also got this really cool dynamic weather system which should make the world feel more alive. Now, from the trailer and the early gameplay that we've seen, this is giving me Dead Space meets Resident Evil vibes. And I feel like this is definitely one to keep on the radar if you want something different this September. So, Cronos: The New Dawn drops on September 5th, and that'll be on PS5, Xbox Series, PC, and even the Switch too. So, Dying Light the Beast is the next big step for the series, and this looks absolutely brutal. Now, it was originally set to release at the end of August, so it was in my last month video, but it has been pushed to September for a release date instead. Now, if you've played the previous games, you'll have a good idea of what this is about. Think zombies, parkour, and throw in the fear of nighttime, and you're pretty much good to go. But the big change with this game is the new mutation system, where your character can actually pick up some beast-like abilities as the infection spreads. And that's because Crane, if you remember him from the first game, is back after being prodded and experimented on for the last 13 years. But of course, the parkour's back and even smoother than ever. There are more ways to jump around the rooftops, the walls, and even use new grapple mechanics to keep moving. Plus, nights look way darker and even more dangerous than before, which is saying something. So if you're craving that new survival action or zombie game, Dying Light the Beast releases on September 19th on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. And one of my most anticipated games for the month, and perfect if you're a horror fan, is Silent Hill F. And this is a weird one because instead of sticking with the foggy American town vibe that we're all used to seeing by now, this one shifts everything over to the 1960s Japan. And this looks creepy as hell. The whole thing has this almost beautiful but super unsettling horror theme, where we've got these poisonous flowers basically taking over people, and from what we've seen, it is way more psychological this time. More of a slow burn horror instead of just the pure jump scares. But this time round, you play as a teenage girl who has to fight her way through the twisted and creepy looking world, as well as taking on some intense boss fights. I think the fact that it is a young girl that you play just makes the game even more terrifying to me. Honestly, I'm really into this, and I love the whole movie-like cinematic gameplay of these games. So, Silent Hill F is releasing on September 25th, and that's on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. Okay, and moving from one hell to another, we've got Hell Is Us, which is a game like nothing else out there. It's a mix of action-adventure and horror where you're thrown into a war-torn country that's overrun with these bizarre supernatural creatures. But the twist is you cannot just shoot your way through, as modern weapons don't really work. Instead, you've got this strange sword and shield combo that are designed to fight these things. Now, from the gameplay and trailers that we've seen, it makes combat look tense and more deliberate. On top of that, exploration is a huge part of the game. Now, a bit like the Stalker series, if you've ever played those games, there are no markers or waypoints as such showing you where to go next. You literally need to explore the open landscape to find your own way. Now, there was a demo for this in August, although I didn't get to play it myself, and it had a mixed reception. But let me know what you think to this, because Hell Is Us drops on September 4th on PS5, Xbox Series and PC. Okay, so this one looks like Sega just said, you know what, let's just go absolutely nuts. Sonic Racing CrossWorlds takes the usual Sonic kart racing chaos and cranks it up with his multiverse style twist. Now, you're not just going to be racing through Green Hill Zone anymore. We've now got tracks from different Sonic timelines and even mashups with other franchises. Like, imagine boosting through the Silent Forest 1 minute and then drifting across Sand Road the next. Now, the roster is absolutely stacked as well, with Sega saying it will feature the largest list of playable characters ever, as well as 45 different vehicles. Now, you can play this online with up to 12 players, but it will also support local split screen with up to 4 players. So kind of think Mario Kart level of carnage with your mates. Now, this is one that I'm really looking forward to playing once it drops on September 25th, and that's coming to the PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Switch, Switch 2, and PC. So pretty much everything. And sticking with the light-hearted, family-friendly games, we've got 2 LEGO games that I had to include in today's video. First up is LEGO Voyagers, and this might just be one of the most surprising games on the list today. Instead of sticking to movie tie-ins or goofy spin-offs, this one's actually an original puzzle platformer where you build, explore, and work together in a nice little co-op game. You basically play as a single Lego piece, either red or blue, and have to roll and jump around trying to build things as you go. Oh man, I'll tell you what, the more that I watch these gameplays and these trailers, the more excited I am to play it. And I'm going to call it now, this could be one of those sleeper hits for 2025. Now, this one drops on September 15th and it's coming to the PS4, PS5, Xbox, PC and Switch. And the second LEGO game is Lego Party. This one's basically Lego saying, alright, we are taking on Mario Party. It's a big multiplayer minigame collection where everything's built out of Lego bricks. There are going to be 4 challenge zones and 60 minigames. So one round you could be playing on a pirate ship, and the next you're in a theme park or out in space. Now, the minigames are also super chaotic in that classic Lego way. So lots of slapstick, lots of explosions, and just enough randomness to keep you on your toes. To be honest, this sounds absolutely perfect for couch co-op gaming, and it drops on September 30th. Okay, this one looks ridiculous, and that is Baby Steps. So you play as this unemployed guy called Nate who suddenly finds himself in this strange world where you've got to try and navigate. And the weird thing is, you've got to manually control every single step that he takes, like literally one step at a time. Now, this game is giving me human fall flat crossed with goat simulator for how daft this thing looks. The physics are clumsy, so just trying to climb up a hill or step over a rock can turn into a full-on slapstick comedy. I don't know, this could be one of those games that you start off laughing at how dumb it is, and then sink about a dozen hours into it without realising. Well anyway, if you're interested in Baby Steps, this releases on September 23rd, and that's going to be on the PS5 and PC. Okay, then we've got Skate, the classic skateboarding franchise, and it is finally back with a new entry into the series. And it is returning as a free-to-play live service game. Now, EA have actually said this is going to be more of a platform than just a one-and-done release. So it should grow and improve over time with new content, events, and player-made stuff. Honestly, it looks like the perfect game to just hop into and mess around for an hour or two. And this one drops on September 16th on Early Access on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Yeah, I know, the yearly football game doesn't usually sound exciting on paper, but this year is supposedly shaping up to be a big one. EA Sports FC 26 is pushing their new hypermotion tech even further so animations look more realistic and players react like athletes, whatever that means. Career mode is also getting some love too, with more customization and management options. To be honest, if you are a football fan, this is obviously a must pick up on September 26th, unless you go for the Ultimate Edition and you get to play it 7 days early on the 19th. Then we have quite a few bonus games that are worth mentioning this month that didn't make my top 10, but are definitely worth playing. So first is Hiragami is a bit of a wild card because it's a brand new action RPG inspired by Japanese art of origami, and that is where the entire world is made from paper. For me, it's giving me Little Big Planet vibes, which I can imagine being a lot of fun, and this is out on September 3rd. Metal Eden is a new sci-fi FPS game landing on September 2nd on PS5, Xbox Series and PC, and if you're picturing Ghost Runner speed with some Doom crunch, you're in the ballpark. Oh man, the more that I watch this trailer and gameplay, the more I think this could have made my top 10. Then Indiana Jones gets its first DLC with the Order of the Giants. This releases on September 4th, where Indy drops straight into Rome, sneaking through the Colosseum and climbing around the Vatican Gardens. And finally, we've got Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles, and that is available on September 30th. Now this one is going to be huge if you are a Final Fantasy fan, because it's basically the long-awaited revival of a classic strategy RPG. It's got grid-based battles, a job system, a stunning art style, and a fresh new campaign. Then if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber, don't forget we have these 3 games dropping on September 2nd. We've got Psychonauts 2, Stardew Valley and Viewfinder. You'll have the entire month to add these to your library, and don't forget to add them even if you don't plan on playing them straight away. Okay, well that wraps it up. September 2025 is absolutely stacked, and whether you're into horror, shooters, racing, strategy or even Lego, there's hopefully something here that will steal some of your free time. For me, I'm looking forward to Silent Hill F, Borderlands 4, plus that Lego Voyagers looks great. But what about you guys? Anything that you're really hyped for or that I've missed today? Now drop a nice September games in the comments and I'll give you a thumbs up for staying right till the end. And if you did enjoy today's video, check out this video next. Well, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and follow me everywhere. Until next time.